I'm trying to get a good look here so you guys can see me. It's kind of late in the afternoon, and I probably should get a light or something like that in here. But this is it. We're going to go over this week's discussion board question. And I want you to really think about this. So as we go forward in American history, I don't want you guys giving me some pat, answer. Sometimes on discussion boards, I agree, that's great. That means nothing to me. You have to tell me why you agree. What's going on in your brain? Sorry, there are mosquitoes out here. So that's what I'm expecting from you. So this week, I want some real answers here. Some of you guys are doing really great, but your response posts need to be robust as well. So there will be a couple more videos that I'm going to be putting out this week to help you transition from where we started to beginning the American Revolution. But at this moment, for this week's discussion board question, I really want you to think about a couple of things that you're going to need as we're going forward into the American Revolution and the creation of this country. So first of all, everybody who is not a Native American is an immigrant. In this country, we are a country of immigrants. We either came here because we had to come here. We were forced through slavery, indentured servitude. Many people who were from Great Britain came here because Great Britain took their war prisoners from various wars they were in, and people who committed crimes, and instead of sending them to jails in Great Britain, they sent them to the colonies. That was their punishment. Go to the colonies. Some of those guys who were prisoners were and became indentured servants. Some of them didn't. Some of them could run away very easily because they were white. There's, no matter how you got here, you were not originally from here. You're not Native American. So this is a land of immigrants. So and we all know this. So what binds us? What makes us American? We are not bound by blood. We are bound by ideology. What is that ideology? Liberty, freedom, the ability to choose what you think is right for you. But as we're going to go forward, it's not just doing whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it, right? Because then it'd be chaos. But we are bound by these ideas. We all believe in liberty. We all believe in justice. We all believe that we understand right from wrong. We all believe that human beings should have the right to exist. We all believe that we should have power and a voice in our governance. These are all things that we have in common regardless of the background you come from. Whether you are from your original family, ancestors really had a great time growing in the United States because we are such a mishmash of people. My people came from Italy and they came from Hungary, and I know where they came from. Some folks don't really know yet, but it's all there for you to find out now thanks to science and DNA. Still, what does it do? It just helps us understand where we came from and the hardships many of our ancestors had to go through in order to get here. And even now, we have people who still want to come to this country for the same ideologies that our ancestors came to this country for. So this is an important piece that we must think about as we are about to move forward into the American Revolution. Because the Americans who wanted independence, remember, they're from all over the place. They're mostly from Great Britain. They believe themselves to be British citizens because this is a British colony at the time of the American Revolution. So most people, though obviously not all slaves, had no rights. Women had no rights, even if they were white and they were British ancestry, or they were living under the British system and maybe were Dutch or Spanish, doesn't matter. The laws of this land were British laws, and they ruled, okay? So, laws were created to take this whole group of people from all over and have governance for everybody, equal to everybody. When I say equal to everybody, I'm not saying they were fair. I'm not saying they were equal from one social status to another social status. They were not. But in the eyes of the legal system, they thought that what they were doing was creating a system by which rules were put into place that people would follow, and when they followed those rules, there would be peace in the land. That is called systematizing the rule of law. The rule of law keeps everybody in check, okay? So as we go forward, we have to look at that, okay? Laws are a reflection of the society. Now, in the first 4 chapters of your textbook, you are reading many different things. You're reading about republicanism, which is not the Republican Party. Totally different. We will get to that. Probably sometime this week or next week when we talk about the creation of the Constitution. We also are talking about what's happening in Great Britain, salutary neglect, the glorious revolution. Have to talk about those things. Why? Because in order to learn about American history and the beginnings of this country, you must know what's going on in England. You must know what's going on in England because what's happening there has a direct relationship with what's going on here. Okay? And it's going to stay that way until we hit the revolution and we become independent, well, after the revolution, really. But these are very important concepts of this relationship with Great Britain to the American colonies. It's very important to understand the laws. The laws are going to be different in each colony. Why? Because each colony is different. If you remember correctly, there are 3 major regions in the colonies. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes, which is very unusual for me. Normally they don't like me. But still, let's get back to this. So there are 3 basic regions. There's the New England colonies, the middle colonies, and the southern colonies. Now, even to this day, we make fun of people from the north. They're Yankees, or from the South. They're hillbillies. We have all kinds of crazy ideas and connotations that we put on different people. We also identify with our state. We're a New Englander. I'm a North Carolinian, or there's a New Yorker. I mean, everybody identifies with their state. So how did that come to be? How do the laws reflect that? How does this ideology reflect that? And how does the ideology push us into the future? Now, those are not your discussion question. That's not your discussion question. It is something I want you to be thinking about in the back of your mind as we go forward into the American Revolution and the creation of the country. What I want you to think about this week in this discussion board is I want you to look at the earliest laws on the books for regarding slaves, indentured servants, and women. This is outside of the purview of the textbook. So I want you to think about look at the laws of slaves, slave laws, laws about women, and laws about indentured servants. How compare them? Are they similar? Are they not similar? What are some of the similarities? What are some of the differences? I would like to see in your discussion board question one similarity for each and one difference for each. So how are they similar? How are they different? Dig into this brain of yours. This is important for all the stuff we're going to be looking at as we go forward. Okay? And remember, if you need me, where am I? I'm here. I'm at home looking at my classroom. Yes. And I'm also here for you. Never forget that. Okay? Simply email. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.